Here's something that might really surprise you. Austin gained 120,000 new residents in a 2-year span, but only 7% of those chose to live in the city of Austin itself. So where did everyone go? Nearly all of Austin's explosive growth since the pandemic has actually happened outside of the city limits, like Travis, Bee Cave, Cedar Park, Round Rock, Georgetown. These are all the areas that are absolutely booming right now, and this is not accidental. People are making a deliberate, strategic choice to bypass Austin proper entirely, and when I talk to them, they have zero regrets about this decision. So if you've been considering a move to the Austin area, this trend really matters a lot. So today we're breaking down the 10 reasons savvy buyers are choosing suburban Austin over that urban core. And fair warning, by the end of this video, you might completely rethink where you want to land here in the Austin metro. Let's start with what consistently ranks as the top complaint across all online forums, and that's commuting and traffic. Austin is a car-dependent city, and that's that. While we do have CAP Metro public transportation, it's simply not comprehensive enough for most people. The stations are limited in number and coverage, serving only select corridors of the metro area. Austin is such a spread out city with topographical restraints that these transit options just don't make quite as much sense as they might in other areas. Sure, you can enjoy walkable neighborhoods within central Austin communities, but when it's time to navigate the greater Austin metro, you'll definitely need and want a vehicle. Now, here's the thing. When you're looking at a map of Austin, some neighborhoods appear relatively close together, but once you're actually on I-35 or Mopac during rush hour, that's a completely different story. These highways are expansive, heavily congested, and can turn what looks like a 15-minute drive into well over an hour during those peak times. So what appears to be a reasonable commute on paper can quickly become one of the worst parts of your day. Car dependency and extended commute times are consistently one of the top reasons people choose moving to the suburbs, where those commutes are often much more manageable and predictable, especially if you're not working in a downtown office. The next on our list requires a broader perspective. So let me paint a good picture for you. Central Austin is experiencing significant vertical growth, high-rise towers and mixed-use mid-rise buildings dramatically changing the Austin skyline and the overall character of downtown. Now, development, of course, isn't inherently negative, but it can come with consequences depending on how you look at it. All these new towers mean a massive influx of condo inventory hitting the market, which increases density and fundamentally changes the entire downtown atmosphere. What was once a more laid-back, uniquely Austin vibe is becoming increasingly urbanized and more crowded. For many of those longtime Austin residents and even the newer arrivals, this shift feels like a loss of what made Austin special in the first place. Beyond the towers, construction is simply everywhere you look. New homes are rising throughout the metro neighborhood, shopping centers are constantly being built, and there's perpetual road work as they try to widen highways and improve the overall infrastructure. If you're coming from a smaller, more established town, this can be a lot for many people. For people seeking a more established, less chaotic environment, the suburbs offer a very compelling alternative. Neighborhoods that are already built out with less daily disruption and a more settled community feel overall. Before getting into the most compelling reason people are moving to the suburbs, if this is your first time here, welcome or welcome back. I'm Aubrey von Behren, and we specialize in helping people buy, sell, and successfully relocate to the Austin metro. We connect with clients every day who are navigating these exact decisions between urban and suburban living. So if you're considering making Austin your home, we'd love to help you choose the perfect location. You can book a call, text us, or send an email. All of our contact information is in the description below and pinned to the comments. Our next reason is a critical factor that cannot be overstated. Choosing the right neighborhood in Austin is absolutely essential. I see this mistake repeatedly. People research neighborhoods online, read some glowing reviews, fall in love with the description, and commit to an area often sight unseen. Then reality hits. Their workplace is 45 minutes away, their favorite activities are in a completely different area of Austin, and suddenly that perfect neighborhood becomes a daily source of frustration. This is where my team's expertise becomes invaluable. We've helped hundreds of families avoid this exact pitfall by systematically eliminating areas that won't work for their lifestyle and zeroing in on the ones that will. Because here's the good news. When you choose correctly, Austin's neighborhoods are remarkably self-sufficient. Your grocery stores, restaurants, fitness centers, entertainment, everything you need regularly becomes easily accessible. You're not crisscrossing the entire metro just to run errands. Now, if you're looking for specific destinations like the Domain or particular venues, yes, you might need to travel, but if those are on your must-have list, we factor that into our neighborhood recommendations from day one. Getting this decision right transforms your entire Austin experience. experience. And getting it wrong, well, that's just how people end up frustrated and moving outside of the city center to completely different areas of Austin. On that note, let's talk about one of the most compelling suburban advantages, the incredible master plan communities that have emerged with Austin's recent massive growth. New construction has become remarkably common throughout the suburbs, and these aren't just cookie cutter subdivisions. We're talking about very thoughtfully designed, amenity-rich communities. These master plan neighborhoods typically include resort-style pools, fitness centers, walking trails, parks, event lawns, and often even have their own schools and retail centers. You're essentially getting a self-contained lifestyle within your own community. Areas like Barton Creek, west of Austin, or Rough Hollow on Lake Travis offer amenities that rival luxury resorts, and there's so many more throughout the entire metro. The trade-off, of course, is distance from the city center. You're typically a 25 to 45-minute drive into downtown Austin, depending on your specific location and traffic. But here's what you gain: brand new construction, which often means modern efficiency, warranties, and no immediate maintenance issues, significantly more square footage for your budget, and access to amenities that would cost hundreds of thousands of dollars in monthly membership fees if you tried to replicate them in the city. These communities offer instant social networks as well: neighborhood events, kids playing together, pool gatherings. It's that genuine sense of community we talked about earlier, built right into the neighborhood design. Our next reason is where things get really exciting. People are discovering they can literally design their dream lifestyle in the Austin suburbs, and I mean exactly what they want. If you want upscale luxury with resort style amenities, we have it. Craving a sprawling ranch on hundreds of acres, it is definitely here as well. Or maybe you're dreaming of waking up to lake views every morning, and that is absolutely possible. Or maybe you're after that sweet spot of great amenities without breaking the bank. Austin's suburbs deliver on all of it. The level of choice and customization available here is honestly incredible, and that's something most cities simply can't offer. Now, downtown might have the energy, but the suburbs, they have the lifestyle and freedom, and that's exactly why so many people are choosing to make the move. This next reason for moving is directly related and something that impacts everyone's decision, and that's the cost of living. Here's the reality: the closer you are to Austin city core, the more expensive everything becomes. Housing costs, dining, entertainment, even basic groceries carry a premium when you're in central Austin. This is precisely why so many people are choosing suburban life. In most suburban areas, you simply get more for your money. We're talking about larger homes, bigger lots, more square footage overall, and often newer construction, all at a price point that would only get you a fraction of the space in central Austin. Let me paint a better picture. A budget that might secure a 1,500 square foot condo in downtown Austin could get you a 3,000 square foot single family home with a really nice yard in Round Rock or Cedar Park. That's not a small difference. That's a completely different lifestyle, especially if you have a family or value having that personal space. And for many people, mainly those who aren't tied to a downtown office every day, the value proposition is clear. Why pay premium prices for less space when you can have significantly more for the same investment just 20 to 30 minutes outside of the urban core? And when you factor in remote work becoming much more common, this calculation makes even more sense. Our next one is undeniable. One of the greatest things about Central Austin is the combination of urban life and nature. You have Lady Bird Lake for kayaking and paddleboarding, the infamous Silker Park, all of the trail systems. It's absolutely fantastic. But here's what many people discover: the suburbs offer even more impressive amenities. When you venture out into the suburbs, mainly west into the Texas Hill Country, you're greeted with amazing hill country views, access to Lake Travis and Lake Austin for some serious boating and lake life, and expansive outdoor opportunities that simply dwarf what's available in that urban core. We're talking about thousands of acres of preserved land, wineries, hiking trails, and that really authentic Texas Hill Country experience. So for those outdoor enthusiasts, the suburban areas provide a quality of life that's really hard to match downtown. You can own property with actual acreage, have space for outdoor activities on your own property, and still be close enough to Austin proper when you want those urban amenities. It's truly the best of both worlds. Many of my clients who relocate from Central Austin say this is a major factor. They want nature integrated into their daily life, not just as a weekend destination, and many suburbs deliver that in a way that downtown simply cannot. Moving right along, whether you have kids or you're simply thinking about resale value, school districts matter significantly. And here's the reality: Many of Austin's suburban areas offer top-rated schools that are more readily accessible than what you'll find in the city center. Districts like Eanes and Lake Travis ISD consistently rank among the best in Texas with excellent test scores, ranked extracurricular programs, and newer facilities. And even if you don't have children, school ratings directly impact property values and resale potential. Homes in highly rated school districts hold their value better and sell faster when it's time to move. So it's definitely one of those factors that smart buyers consider even when it doesn't immediately apply to their situation. For families making the move to Austin, school access often becomes the deciding factor, though, between urban and suburban living. This next one is a significant driver for many relocations we help facilitate. So let's address it directly. Many people genuinely love Austin. That's why they're moving to the metro in the first place. However, they don't necessarily align with Austin city politics and prefer to live under a separate municipality. Here's what makes this interesting. Many suburb areas are still located in Travis County, but they're incorporated as separate cities. Westlake Hills, Bee Cave, Lakeway, Rollingwood, and the list goes on. This separation is genuinely appealing to many residents for several reasons. First, property taxes are often lower in many suburban municipalities compared to Austin proper. You're still benefiting from the lack of state income tax, but your local property tax burden is frequently more manageable. Second, you have more direct influence over your local government. Some of these smaller municipalities can mean your voice carries more weight in local decisions, from school boards to city planning. And for people who want to enjoy the Austin metro area's economic opportunities and lifestyle without being subject to Austin's governing decisions, the suburbs offer that really nice separation. It's not about being anti-Austin, it's about choosing a local government structure that better aligns with your preferences and values. This next one is something many people don't realize until they actually experience it firsthand. Location within the Austin metro can actually impact your climate comfort, certainly during our very hot summers. When you're positioned in the Texas Hill Country, which is west of downtown, you benefit from natural hill country breezes even during the hottest summer months. That elevation change and topography create air movement that makes the heat significantly more bearable compared to the concrete heat island effect you experience in that more dense urban area. Don't get me wrong, Texas summers are hot everywhere, but there's a genuine difference between standing in downtown Austin surrounded by concrete and asphalt versus being on a hill country property with natural shade trees and cross breezes. Some people discover they genuinely prefer this change of scenery and appreciate having less of a concrete jungle environment. And for those who struggle with the heat, this can be a surprisingly important quality of life factor. The suburbs, mainly those to the west and northwest of Austin, simply feel more comfortable during those brutal July and August months. When it comes to making a decision, here's the thing. This isn't about one option being objectively better than the other. It's about understanding what matters most to you and your family. Central Austin, of course, offers incredible energy, walkability, cultural experiences, and the authentic Keep Austin Weird vibe. Those suburbs offer space, value, top-rated schools, master plan amenities, and a more relaxed lifestyle. Both are great options. It just depends on your ultimate priorities. But the biggest mistake people make is choosing their location based on incomplete information or assumptions that don't really match reality. And that's exactly where my team and I provide critical value. We help you understand the real differences between these areas, visit neighborhoods that fit your criteria, and make an informed decision you'll be happy with for years to come. So if you're interested in exploring specific Austin neighborhoods and suburbs in more detail, check out the playlist linked right here, where we do a comprehensive breakdowns of different areas all across the Austin metro. And if you're happy with the video, please like and subscribe. It really helps motivate me to continue putting out helpful content like this. Until next time.